Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading Channel Wednesday edition. If today is the first time that you are visiting with us, we want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to watch any of our 500 videos arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both entertaining and useful to watch. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It is free and it greatly supports the channel. Do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. As we do often in our Wednesday episodes, today we're going to bring another first look video for you, and we're going to focus on security items on a budget. So if you want to improve the security of your home, give you a peace of mind without spending a lot of money and do it yourself, stick around and watch this video, as we think we have a very exciting item for you. So today we're going to talk about the wireless security alert system, which is really a motion sensor with a wireless receiver that works very well into alerting you people entering your property. In our case, we are installing in the Homestead 2. We already installed one in the beginning of our driveway, which is actually a good, what you will say, 60 feet away from the house, 70 feet.
Yeah.
And right off the back, I want to tell you, this says that it has a 400-foot range, and we have no difficulty getting the signal, right? Mm-hmm. In fact, to Mrs. Wizard annoyment sometimes, because it makes a very bell-like sound.
Yes, it is an alarm. It's not an alarming alarm, but
No.
it is, bell tones.
But I can testify that I don't know about 400 feet. We also had it in the old house in Kansas, and it was equally annoying to Miss Wizard back then too, for our driveway. And what we have done at that point, we had put it in the house, in the front of the house, and it was looking outwards. So anyone moving in our driveway would be detected, right? Mm-hmm. Here we have it in the beginning of our road, what you will call it?
At the cul-de-sac where it meets the driveway.
Right, I mean, we have a long driveway, 70, 80 feet or something like that. So anyone that enters this private road, if you wish, of the homestead, will be detected, and the system will alarm us. So I can tell that it definitely has a very good reception in 100 feet. It claims a radio range of 400 feet, and it claims a 30 feet detection range with a 40 degrees field, which is really a very good range. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you it works very well for us. I've set it so it looks across our entryway, and so far it has done a very good job detecting. Because I've used it before, this is from Bunker Hill Security, which is really a Harbor Freight brand, and it is a sub $20 item. Mm-hmm. You need to provide batteries. Again, when you buy something at this price point, batteries these days are expensive. You don't expect that it has the batteries. And the only weird for me is, because I have no other tool that uses this, is that it uses C batteries, right? I mean, we don't have anything else that uses C batteries but this.
Yeah.
And it has two units, as you can see, and I will show you in a moment. It has the motion detector, and it has the receiver. Now I've used it before for about a year or so, and it has worked very well. I'm very satisfied, other than the fact that I had it in direct sunlight in our old house, and it was baking in the sun. And about a year down the road, the little plastic cover broke because of sun exposure. It was still working, but it was ugly. If you want to buy, this is item 61910. Again, item 61910, Bunker Hill Security, and my purchase is from Harbor Freight. I presume you can find it in other places, right? Mm-hmm. It looks like it is a Harbor Freight brand, because it says harborfreight.com, right? Mm-hmm. So let's open it and you can see what is inside. One of the good things is, with the exception of the batteries, everything else that you need comes in this little box. The biggest piece is the receiver, and you can have it off if you do not want to be alerted. You can have it on high, or you can have it on low, and also you can have it on wall power, if you so desire, if you don't want battery power. In the back it has 2 keyholes, so you can hang it on the wall. I don't really hang them on the wall in the past, and now I just have them sitting like so. Does that make sense? And it comes in a nice little protective pouch. And the other piece, which is substantially smaller, is the receiver. I'm sorry, the motion detector. This is the receiver. It is a decent looking device. It is, nothing exciting, but
Like little R2D2.
yeah. And when it detects something, this little light comes on. And here, this has 3 LEDs that, depending on the strength of the signal it receives, they light up. Now, additionally, it has a little manual that comes with it. I don't read it, but
Of course not.
and it comes with all the hardware that you may need. It comes with 3 screws or 2 screws and wall anchors in a small little Ziploc style bag. So here in the Homestead, I'm going to have several of those, and this is one that I've already put in service. And as you can see, I've labeled it with a letter and the location, so I will know when the alarm, where it is alarming.
Okay.
And to hear the alarm now, you're going to hear both the height, and you're going to see the 3 LEDs lighting here. You can see it?
Yep.
And this is the low.
I prefer low.
Okay, you prefer low. So the high and low relates not to range, but to the sound
Right.
that the device makes. Again, those are identical. It's just that this I have not put into service yet, right? The one with the label I've put into service. That's the only difference between the two. This is a little strange first look because I've happened to have used this product for several years. So I can tell you that it does last. It does not fare well in direct sunlight as far as the aesthetics go. It yellows up and the sensor window breaks. The device still works. It just doesn't look nice, right? So here in the Homestead, I've put the one that I've already installed in a shady area because I can. I mean, we're full of trees, right? And I'm thinking to put this somewhere towards the back of our property, stay within 400 feet, and so we'll be aware if somewhere in our acreage someone is entering. Make sense?
Yep.
So we'll see, and I will label it effectively. The good thing about this, because they are $12 a unit, you can have several of those if you need more than one. I would recommend that you label them like I did here, so you know which one is alarming, right? Otherwise it will be a cacophony of sounds and you won't know what it is happening in your house. And of course in the one outside I've put the letter A too. So I can,
They're matched up.
right, so they're matched up. So I know it lasts at least a year, maybe longer. I mean, I haven't used it for more than a year. But even if they last a year, when you look at security systems that can cost hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, even if you have to buy another one in a year, it is $12, right? And if you have coupons or sales that Harbor Freight routinely has, you can get it probably in the $10 range. The one I bought in Kansas, I actually bought it for $5, $4.99 in a manager special. And since I knew it, I purchased this for the full price of the $12.
So what's the sensitivity of it? Like, what does it pick up?
It picks up people, large animals, cars, anything bigger than our dog. It will pick it up. A couple of times it picked up deer here since I installed it. But it will not pick up a cat, will not pick up a bird, it doesn't pick.
Squirrel?
No, will not pick up a squirrel, it's too little. Anything that it is dog size or above will be picked up. Again, the quality is, what you will call it here, you can hold it and I wouldn't call it cheap, but I wouldn't call it very...
I mean, it's a lightweight, but it seems to be a durable.
Hold
kind of
the
plastic.
heavyweight.
Yeah.
That has no batteries, that's why it feels very light. But it is a good equipment. It is a very inexpensive way into home security, right? If you are concerned, if you have ever had your car broken into, if you park on the street or anything small stolen in your property, this is a very good, inexpensive way to provide some alert that someone is in your property. So one of the questions you might have is, how long do the batteries last on this? Again, the receiver takes 3 C-size batteries, and the sensor takes one 9-volt battery. I found out that the receiver batteries wear out faster or are used faster, which makes sense because it has a speaker built into it, right? And I presume that if you have it on the low, I like the high, Miss Wizard likes the low, but I presume that if you have it on the low setting, it probably lasts longer. Now, if you have it on off, I think it still gives you the visual warning, but it doesn't sound anything. So my battery life was 6 months, and that is using Rayovac or Duracell batteries. Of course, I can tell you that using really inexpensive dollar store batteries, those Sunbeam and Panasonics and whatever they're called, right? The $1 batteries for 4, has not worked very well for me in this device or in any other device. That's probably another episode, right? Cheap versus expensive batteries. But as a matter of practice, I like when I change the batteries on the receiver, I like to change the batteries on the sensor too. That's a good practice. So I would say 6 months. Because if the sensor stops working, you wouldn't really have a way of knowing, right? I mean, it doesn't do anything. You just stop getting warnings. So to me, it's a good practice to change the battery when you change the batteries on your receiver and you're trying. I would say don't use the cheapest batteries. You don't have to use the most expensive. Again, I use Rayovacs or Duracells, which are what you could call the mid-grade or mid-range batteries.
Yeah.
Not really expensive. The manual is simple. It is decently laid out. It is no frills, but it is a manual. And the system comes with a 90-day warranty, and in Harbor Freight, if you take it back, they will give you another one or your money back within 90 days. And Harbor Freight, I know people tend to love them or hate them, but I've never had problem returning something that they didn't accept. So I've had good luck with their warranty program. You can combine these with equally inexpensive $3 or $4 vibration sensors and door opening sensors that also, they are like window vibration, like if someone breaks your window.
Oh, window vibrations.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a PG-13 saw or a G saw. And you can have a very inexpensive local, will not call anyone, but you will be aware of someone is in your house for really under $50. You can have 2 of those. We have here 2 entryways to the house, or 3, I guess, right? So for another $15 to have all doors sensing when they open or close, and we're not even at $30 yet, right? So a very inexpensive security system, if you're at all concerned about that. And also because it doesn't get any small animals. If you have little squirrels like we had in the old place, then it will not be a problem. You will not get false alarms. In general, I didn't get any false alarms with this in the year prior that I used, and I'm hoping the same for here. All right. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this short episode about a very inexpensive entry-level wireless alarm system. And if you did, we'll appreciate your support with a thumbs up. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Please share, like, and subscribe to our channels. Let us know what else you would like to see in future episodes of the Urban Homesteading channel.
Habits are hard to break.
Yes, I know. From the Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, and the Urban Homesteading channel, stay safe, put your masks on, wash your hands, and we are going to see you soon with another project. Farewell, friends. Okay, you didn't check and see where you want me to be.
I like it where you are.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel, Wednesday edition. If today is your first time visiting in our channel, let's try it again. Like.